doing, man? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And we are live. What's going on, fam? What's going on? Welcome to the Beast Pod, man. I hope y'all doing good today. This is a random pop-up. Y'all know that the Beast Pod is usually on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, but we're actually doing a random pop-up. I've been getting so many questions from you guys, just dealing with things with your football program, right? And so I want to be here to help you. You may be a parent that's watching, right? You may be a parent that's watching the show and you're kind of stressed out, don't know what to do with the coach. I'm here to answer your questions too. So right now we are live streaming from YouTube and TikTok. Shout out to both of you guys. Really pumped and really excited. And like I said, for the next 60 minutes, I'm going to be answering y'all questions. Do me a solid if you haven't already. Hit that like button. I want you to hit that like button for me. Let other coaches know that we are live. Shout out to you, Coach Allen, man. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, man. Thanks for flipping over. He came from TikTok over to YouTube. So I'm going to be answering y'all questions again. And I think it's fair to start, this conversation as to why do youth football programs fall apart, right? We talked about that on the show Wednesday, but why do youth football programs fall apart? Y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, why do y'all think youth football programs fall apart? I want to know. I want to know how you feel about this, because I'm here to tell you, like, usually if a program is falling apart right now, there's some things that have been going on before the season even started, and now it's starting to boil. It's almost like, guys, it's like putting water, right? It's like putting like water in a pot, and you're trying to heat that water up, right? And then once once it get to a certain temperature, now it's starting to simmer a little bit. Like, a lot of you guys are in programs where it's simmering, right? It's simmering a little bit. And with some of you, it's the pot so hot that the water is boiling over, right? Like it happens so much. And I would argue that it happens to about 50 to 60% of programs every year, where if you don't have your ish together, right? If you don't have your ish together in your program, you are likely to run into some problems. If you're a parent, if you got a kid in a program where, the coaches don't align with what you're trying to do, or let's just say, for example, if your kid is not getting developed properly, you're going to run into friction. You're going to run into problems. So, again, guys, I want you to do. We're going to have fun today. We're going to have fun. So if you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If you want to jump on the show, I'm going to drop the link in the comments box. This is on YouTube. My TikTok fam, if y'all want to jump on the show as well, I encourage you to come on over to YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. Just type Coach Beast and you'll see us live. If you want to jump on the show, I just dropped the link. If you want to come on with a question or chop it up with me on the show, you're more than welcome to. No pressure there. Let me see some of y'all comments. Let's see. Lala, how are you doing, Lala? She says one of the problems with programs is kids changing organizations every year. That's an interesting one. Kids changing organizations every year. Jacob says undisciplined programs. Man, that's a good one. Let's see. He continues to say, we are getting our ish together for spring already. I like it. I like it because really, the more proactive you are, it helps to really prevent a lot of problems. Even if you don't get a lot of kids like in the off season, you're able to still like establish your culture. And that's what it's all about. Let's see. Let me check out my TikTok fam. Michael says parents go to the extreme both directions. Some expect their 8-year-old to be a D1 recruit. So how do y'all feel about that? So I do a lot of polls, guys. I do a lot of polls on, who's the biggest problem in youth football, right? Or what's your biggest stressor as a coach in youth football, right? And overwhelmingly, I get coaches saying that parents are the biggest problem in youth football. Do y'all believe that? If y'all believe that, I want y'all to put a hell yeah in the comments. If y'all believe that, put a hell yeah. I want to see. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. I'm getting a lot of hell yeahs on TikTok. Let's see. Jacob says parents can be brutal. Now, I'm going to say this to you guys on the parent issue. All right. And y'all stay with me here. I noticed a big change in the parents from, let me see, when I first got into coaching, it was 2007. But I noticed a big transition probably around 2015, somewhere in there, 2015, 2016. Right, where it seems as if with the new parents, which I always say, man, these millennial parents are something else. And mind you, I'm a millennial, so I talk my ish about millennial parents all the time because I'm one. But what I notice is there's been a changing of the guard with the generation of parents, right? I think the generation before millennials is what, y'all? Gen X. I think it's Gen Xers and then the boomers, right? I think the problem is the cultural difference and the upbringing difference with parents and value systems, right? Meaning, when I played youth football and even high school football, if I disrespected my coach, my dad would tear me a new one. My mom would tear me a new one, right? They were big on respect, respecting authority, respecting leadership. Whether I agreed or disagreed with my coach, with my teachers, with my administrators, my parents would hold my foot to the fire if I cut up and disrespect their name. I'm going to say that again. My parents would hold my foot to the fire if I cut up and disrespected their last name. And so there was a level of respect and etiquette that I had growing up, and I knew better, to disrespect an adult, right? But I think nowadays with a lot of parents, and this is what I kind of seen with, I seen as a coach, I haven't coached since 2022, guys, 2022. I coached my daughter's team. Well, I'll take that back. I coached my daughter's volleyball team last year. But what I've noticed with the parents is there's this lack of boundary, this lack of respect for boundary. In other words, if you're not a coach, let the man coach or the woman coach. They if a person is a ref, I see a lot of parents just don't care to get in that ref's face. For example, I'm gonna show y'all a quick story, right? So again, I coached my daughter's volleyball team last year, and I remember the first game, the game's going on, and probably 10 minutes into the game, I see some of my parents get up and go and start talking to the ref. And I'm like, what's going on? What are they doing? And so they're trying to argue with the ref about the score, right? So after that game, I go to my parents. I said, listen, with all due respect, never do that again. Never do that again. It first of all, the ref's job already hard. Number two, it's my job to deal with any disputes and things of that nature as it relates to scoring, gameplay, whatever, right? And I had parents apologizing and stuff like that. Like genuinely did not, think what they was doing was wrong. And therein lies the problem. There's this lack of boundary. There's this lack of sensitivity to leadership. And I want y'all to let me know too. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this. Do y'all agree with my opinion, my take on this? Put a 1 in the comments if y'all agree. Put a 1 in the comments. And also, guys, do me a solid if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Hit that like button because I'm doing this random pop-up, and a lot of people don't know I'm live right now. If you hit that like button, it'll let the algorithm know that we're live, and it'll filter us to other coaches and parents and leaders. All right. Let me see here. Let me see what y'all saying. Green Official says, "Sup? What's up, coach? Love your stuff. I coached 11U. Man, what's up? What's going on? What's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, man." Let me see here. And again, guys, we're talking about parents. Who's the problem, right? Who's the problem? Is it the parents? And again, guys, like I don't want to be too hard on the parents because, there are some bad coaches out there too, right? There are some bad coaches out there too. Let's just be honest about that. This is what I do, right? I create content every day, helping youth football coaches, helping coaches, leaders, all of that good stuff, right? And the amount of hate I get from coaches, the amount of jealousy I get from coaches, it's unbelievable, to the point to where I say I feel bad for the kids that's in this guy's program. I feel bad for, the parents who got their kids in this program because there is just so much disrespect that goes on. When you got coaches saying, well, this 8-year-old kid, he sucks. He's not going to play on my team because he sucks. That's a problem. That's a problem. So I think one of the solutions to addressing these issues, and I'm going to get to y'all questions too. I see y'all questions here in the comments, and shout out to y'all. But the problem is there's a lack of boundary and there's a lack of respect. I think our society has went haywire. I don't think it's just a youth football issue or a youth sports issue. I think it's a societal issue, a societal issue. I think that people don't respect each other's opinions anymore. I don't think people respect each other's boundary anymore. I mean, guys, I'm in community groups in my neighborhood. I see the disrespect. I see people taking pictures of each other's tags and putting them on the internet. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with our society? There's no respect. So instead of somebody who, they got a problem with somebody, instead of going to them and talking to them about the issue respectfully, people will spam that person online for the world to see and say, hey, this person bagged up and almost hit me, bagged up out of their driveway and almost hit me. And they got their tag and they got, their address, what in the world is going on? There's a problem with our society, guys. Major problem. Let me answer a question I see here on TikTok. And again, guys, I'm here answering y'all questions. Let me see. We got 45 minutes left, guys. If y'all got any questions, drop them. Be more than happy to answer your questions. I'm here to help you guys. Guys, listen, I get messages from you guys all the time, and you say, hey, I DM you. Hey, coach, I DM you. Guys, I get hundreds of DMs every freaking day. Kid you not. And I spend a certain amount of time a day to answer your questions, but it's almost impossible for me to get to all of your questions. Instead, like a lot of you guys have issues. I'm gonna say this too. A lot of you guys have issues where you need to jump on a one-on-one call with me. I'm gonna just be honest with you. A lot of you guys got what I call neck bleed issues. You know, when I say neck bleed, you know, if you got a nosebleed, it's like, okay, I got a nosebleed. Let me go and let me go and clean that up, right? But if you're bleeding out your neck, you got an emergency, right? You need to go to the hospital ASAP, right? A lot of you guys got neck bleed issues that you're trying to get solved through a DM, and it's not going to work. What I encourage you to do is go to my playbook store. Just go to my playbook store and book a call with me, guys. That's the best way to get me. Because number one, my time is extremely valuable because I'm making so much content. I'm on here, but also, guys, a lot of your issues are issues that requires a good hour of combo. I just dropped a link to my playbook store if you guys want to book a call with me. Or some of you guys got issues where you just need ongoing support. You need support, right? And if that's the case, I encourage you to join my Beast Bloodline Brotherhood group. I encourage you guys to join this where you get ongoing support from yours truly for life. So I see a lot of you guys' messages, but it's just hard, okay? So if I could help all of y'all at one time, I would love to. I'm working on a few things in terms of AI and stuff to where I can get to more of you guys. But the best thing to do is just like the book of call or join the bloodline. All right, let's see here. We had a question from TikTok. Let me see. Local says, what age do you play all your best players all the time? Great question. So let me work my way up to that, okay? Guys, at the youth football level, let me tell you something. At the youth football level, it's about development. It's all about development. You need to, and I see you, coach. I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna add you shortly, coach. You need to develop all your players. You need to have a system in place where you develop all your freaking players. Y'all got me. I always say when the kid goes to junior high, where it's more competitive, now you're talking about playing time, and now you're talking about assimilating the kids, and some certain kids not ready. I remember when I played, right? Get coach up here. I remember when I played in 7th grade, I didn't get no playing time. None of the 7th graders got playing time when I played in junior high. And the 7th graders was mad and they was pissed off at the fact that we wasn't getting playing time because even at practice, we was beating the brakes off the 8th grade team. Yeah. And so, coach, what's going on, my man? I gotta acknowledge your presence up here on the platform with me. How are you doing?
Man, thanks for having me back on, bud. I had so much fun Wednesday night. Now I got my notifications turned on. Anytime you hop on, I want to be a part of it if I can. And last night was a program changer, and I think it fits the topic that you're talking about today, building program culture from kindergarten up through, and focusing on the kids, the development. I am a big proponent of what you said earlier about every kid matters. If kids are not being developed, then that is a coach problem. That is an adult thing, not a kid thing. So I hate it when coaches blame kids. I have never once blamed a kid for my lack of coaching or adjustments. And all kids should have an opportunity. There's a place for them on the football team somewhere. But we had a program changer last night, Coach Beast.
What happened?
A new tradition that we're starting at Southport football. Last night or tonight, Friday night, tonight is our senior night. And so I invited the class of 2026 to come out yesterday to our youth league practice. And they scrimmaged our 4th grade team that's going in for the championship. And we played a little backyard 2-hand touch football game. And it was probably the best night of football I've ever experienced.
Wow.
The seniors were smiling. They were trying to score on us. The 4th graders were flying around, not letting them get in the end zone. It was a ton of fun. And then afterwards, I took the seniors in and we had a nice little senior dinner to wish them well for today's game. So it was something that our community really loved. The parents were into it. The crowd was into it. The high school coaches were there trying to, scheme and game plan against these little 4th graders running around. And it was just a really neat event. And I wanted to hop in here and tell you about it.
Dude, that was awesome, man. That's awesome. What I love about you, we're very similar in how we build culture, man. And again, I preach this like crazy, that culture is so important, even at the youth football level. We got, I said this on the show Wednesday, we got so many guys who just want to call plays. That it's absolutely unbelievable. But when you're able to build culture, it begins to create a transformative aspect to your program, not just exit. Because people forget about X's and O's, and wins and losses. Once their kid out of the program, they go on about their business. And now they have respect for you and things of that nature. But in terms of a transformative approach, it's all in the ingredients of building a healthy culture.
It absolutely is, man. And we took the seniors in and had dinner last night, and I focused on 3 points and talked to them a little bit. And it's all about culture. It's about what's coming up next. Many of these young men, I told them, I said, your last game's coming. You got 3 more weeks, maybe 4 more weeks of football left, and you may never put a helmet on again. And what's life look like after that? So we talked about Nick Saban's speech, nothing. We talked about that last night. We talked about being better, young men, and what the next phase of life looks like, and how you can accomplish that with some strategy and getting after it as hard as you can to build yourself up, and college, but also the skilled trades and other opportunities for them. So I'm big on what football can bring to your life outside of football.
Man, me too. Man, I'm the same way. I'm the same way, man. Like, most of these kids are not going to play D1 football. Most of these kids are not going to go pro. But 100% of these kids are going to go out into the real world, and they have the opportunity to make something of themselves. And so I'm totally invested into that. Well, Coach, let's answer some questions, shall we?
I love it. Let's get into it.
All right. So Coach Jacob says, I have a question. We are facing our number 1 team this week. We are second in the league and run a beast offense. Defensively, that coach wants to run a 3-3-5 and recommended him we run a 4-4 or 6-2. Okay. What do you recommend? Okay. So what I always say, guys, if y'all going against a beast offense, I love to run formations like the 6-2 because we want to shoot the gaps. We want to shoot the gaps. We want to occupy the gaps. We want to create clutter, okay? Because one of the things that makes like the beast offense amazing, the single wing offense amazing, the double wing offense amazing, the wing T offense amazing, right, is that when those guys get to the second level and they're climbing and they're blocking, it's a wrap, okay? And so I like to run, the 6-2 defense. Now you can run the 4-4 Reaper, as well, but your guys, your linebackers, got to be able to shoot the gap, secure the edge, have gap control, gap discipline. Okay, and you got to beat your man. You got to beat your man in the trenches as well, because if you don't beat your man in the trenches, you got problems. Okay, you're going to have problems. So I would recommend, and let's say you don't want to run the 6-2 or the 4-4. I mean, you can't go wrong with the 5-3. One of the best teams that faced us when we was running the Beast offense was a team that was running the 6-2 as well. I think they even had like a 6-3 dynamic to them, and they did great at shooting gaps, occupying that front line, the trenches. And so instead of us gashing them, we would usually average 6-7 yards a carry easy out of the Beast. We was averaging only 3-4 yards, still good.
Yep.
But it slowed us down. So that's what I would say, Coach. If I was you in your shoes, I would go with the 6-2 defense. We run multiples on defense. Of course, we'll run the 4-4 in our base, and then we'll flex into that 6-2. If we're going against more of a spread-based team, we'll flex out into the 4-2-5. So that's kind of what we'll do. What about you, Coach?
Yeah, no, actually, we just faced the Beast offense last weekend. We are a traditional 5-3 team. And so what I did was I kept we have a rule in 4th grade in our league that if you're a striper, which is over 100 pounds, you have to stay head up over the tackles. And so I kept my tackle or my defensive end head up over that tackle. I used my outside linebacker or the edge setter of that 5-3, and I put him, instead of 2x2, I put him 1x1 on the outside shoulder of the tight end. And I told my tackle or my defensive end and my outside linebacker to crush that beast, come in through the mouth of it, try to explode it up and spill things back into our middle linebackers.
Exactly.
And, I'll be really honest with you. We won 36-0. They weren't able to get a yard on us. We have some really good defenders though too. So
hey, exactly. That's what you do though. That's the game plan. You create the clutter, and you want them to bounce that ball back into your monsters, into the trenches, I always say into your dogs, right? That's what it's about.
You funnel them.
Coach Mikey, how you doing, brother?
A Beast, I really appreciate your content. I really appreciate what you do and your real positive attitude with the youth sports, especially because it's like I'm coming from a different angle, something that that actually plagued me when I was coaching youth football, and it was my parents.
Wow.
My parents thinking it's a dating scene and really sabotaging seasons. And I was so competitive, and we would go. It was about football, and it was about teaching the kids. But when I looked back, and then they told me the rumors that I didn't really realize, I always had to have a meeting with my parents beforehand about not hooking up. Fridays before games, it wasn't happy hour, and we had to get up early, and it was a big thing. And here in Arizona, especially, it's become a thing where it's turned me off because you put so much money. It's all year. AIA lets us go all year now, and we have kids training, and you put in everything. And now, of course, now you got kids that have kids, which make you feel old. But I don't know if you ever confronted that, and how would you combat that, or if you ever did that. I'm sorry if that's taken away from your X's and O's, but I always wanted to approach that subject with you, boss.
Wow. So let me ask you this real quick before we get into it. How old were you at this time when that was going on?
Oh, I was 33. I'm 42 now. And my kids, this was pre-COVID. I'll say it was like from flag to 10U, and I had no idea. I was so oblivious because you're competitive. You just want to. You're all about the X's and O's, and you have your mantras. You want to keep going. You just want to keep it about football, and you're oblivious to everything around you until it hits you, and you realize, man, my season got sabotaged by some bad behavior by adults that should have been more responsible.
It's funny, man. You probably, I don't know if you've seen some of my videos a while back where I was giving advice to coaches about relationships and things of that nature. First and foremost, I met my wife coaching. I met Miss Beast coaching,
Awesome.
but there's a thin line with this thing, man. It's a thin line. Hold on one sec. Coach Jones, I see you, man. I'm going to add you in one sec. Let me finish my point real quick.
I'll get off right now, but yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can add a lot of people up here, so you're good, man. So, so it's a thin line. Listen, I think any external factors in a program, especially negative things in the program can be detrimental, right? But you have to keep the main thing, and understand what's acceptable and not acceptable in the program. It kind of, man, this is a tough one for me because I'm thinking about a situation where literally we was having a practice, and while practice was going on, we had parents going at it. Literally, I was coaching in the hood early on, right?
Yes,
I was
sir.
coaching in the hood, right? So literally, I would have kids get into it with each other, not knowing what the hell is going on. Why are they mad at each other? Find out their families are beefing with each other for, people sleeping with each other, all of that beef and all of that. And so I'm like, what is going on? So what I had to do is protect my program, right? I had to make sure that these kids understand when we are on this field, we are brothers, right?
Yes,
And the reason why I say it's kind of hard to control is because there's a lot of external things go on that are out of your control that you may not have no idea about. But when it starts to creep into your program, into I like to say your orbit, now you may have to have those personal conversations that look. I know y'all. No, go ahead.
What would happen? What would happen with me, and just the nuts and the bolts of it. So one of my coaches took up with the team mom, and I had no idea, no clue.
Oh, that's the worst.
And it's my center, right? So this is my center. And then all of a sudden he wants to take my center, because we have our kids and we want all our kids to participate. I'm a coach that believes we could fill in the cracks with the more experienced kids, the tougher kids, and I don't want to say the weaker links, but the less experienced kids. You know what I mean? I was a coach that always wanted all my kids to play all the time, as much as possible, because by experience. I aged out a whole group with my older son. This was with my youngest, right? And then COVID changed all of that. But it was a weird situation where he's putting this kid at DT, and that's my kid on offense, without asking me, without anything. And I scratched my head, and then I didn't make a thing about it because when they see coaches fighting, it's the worst, right? And it came along next spring practice that they hooked up, and it was like, while we started the season 5-1, we ended on a 3-game losing streak. But all that negative energy, I had no clue about it, and it tripped me out. So the next season, I'd have to have a team meeting just with the parents, and it was straight up like, this isn't social hour, this isn't hooking up. Like, it's very detrimental to your boys, to the program, to all the hard work that we're doing, because we're in Arizona, we're dealing with triple digits. Our kids are putting in that work, and any external thing is very toxic, and it does affect the kids, because the kids know they're not dumb. The kids are not dumb, and I've never heard you broach this subject, but it's something that's I've seen happen in leagues, especially the Friday nights before the games. I saw a great 12U team. They were undefeated. They beat this team before, and they smoked them by 30 points. And they acted like they won the playoff. They go into the playoff, excuse me, and they go into the playoff. And the same team they smoked by 30 points. All the coaches get drunk, and they think they won the game already. Next morning they get smoked.
Wow,
smoked, and it's just like, why all that work for that? Like, I don't know. Yeah. So, but I appreciate the platform. You guys are awesome. Like I'm out of Arizona. Like I've had kids age out, and like you have kids in college, man. Jordan Morgan was one of my kids, man. He's at the Packers now. So like it's a trip when you see these kids with mustaches and thicker beards than you, and they have kids, and they still call you coach at the store. Like
Right.
coach, you'll be calling me coach. But much love. God bless all you guys, and you already know. Bear down. Later.
Hey, appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you. And Coach B, I'm going to have you respond to this too, man, because this is a good one. I want to welcome Coach Jones to the platform real quick. Coach Jones, how you doing, brother? You on mute, Coach Jones. Well, that's all right. While he's on mute, man, Brian, man, this is a good one. This is a good one. I love to get your perspective on it. Guys, if y'all just coming in, man, welcome to the Beast Pod. Welcome to the Beast Pod. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We doing live Q&A today. We just here answering your questions, all of that good stuff. Y'all been flooding me with questions, so I'm all yours for an hour to answer y'all questions. But be sure, do me a solid, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. All right, Coach, the floor is yours, sir. Well, how would you handle that situation? That's very interesting.
I think Coach Jones got off mute there. Coach, you got something for us? Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's working great. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I just came on because I talked to Coach Beast previously when I called in, and I told him my situation. I had the team. We were sending a bunch of players on the field. It was just unorganized.
Oh, yeah.
And our playbook was all over the place and all that. Well,
so
I
give
took
me an
y'all's
update
advice
on that
and I kind of just
situation.
stayed. Okay, yeah, that's what I called in for. So I took your advice. I stayed in my lane on the defensive side, and then I just completely took that side over, and our defense started playing a lot better and playing really good. And usually we would give up points at the end of the game because they would just know the offense wasn't going to score, and the offense would turn the ball over a lot on their own 20 and stuff like this. So this last game, we actually gave up 20 points to the second best team in the league in the first half. And in the second half, they locked in and we shut them out in the second half. And this team doesn't have like backups they can put in. So it's not like they weren't trying to score. But after the game, so they scored 20 points on us. I feel like we should be able to win the game if we only give up 20 points. And so the offensive coordinator quit after the game. And now I'm calling the offense basically and the defense. And two of the plays, the players have already practiced, and the two plays we scored on is a play I call Beast QB power and Beast wide receiver release. So I'm just trying to slowly incorporate that and call the maybe two plays that they can do without messing up at this point.
And I'll say this
to go.
Oh, go ahead.
Flag
go ahead,
football
Coach
style and give the just buy risk coaches for all the skill players and just have everything color coded. And if you have a orange dot or yellow dot or whatever, that's what you do.
Absolutely. And like I told you, the last time we talked, Coach, I said, man, give it time. Watch what's going to happen. I say, hey, call me back 2-3 weeks and watch what happens, right? And so you're doing good. Just to give you some practical advice too on the offense, man, just focus on core plays. Just focus on the core plays. You don't have to be too fancy. You can start with 2. I would say just fill it out with like 2 to 4 core plays. Make sure the kids are comfortable, and then you can start building from there, right? Coach Brian, what you got?
I love that. No, same thing. Progression's everything. Stick to a couple plays out of one set. and then probably evolve that into a little bit more that the kids can handle. I like wrist coaches too, Coach Jones. I think wrist coaches help out quite a bit, especially if you're just now starting to establish your terminology. That is a great way to do it. But I also I refer to wrist coaches and things of that nature inside of a youth program. They're kind of crutches, right? Or training wheels. I wouldn't say crutch, maybe training wheels. You want to eventually get those wrist coaches off. You want your communication, your terminologies to work together and flow together. So establish what you can. Little less is more. Keep it simple, and I think you'll be able to build on it.
Oh man, great advice. Great advice. All right, let me.
What I did was,
Coach Steph,
Okay,
how
go
you
ahead.
doing, man?
How you doing, Coach?
Man, good, man. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, good deal, Coach Jones, man. What you think about that advice?
Oh yeah, that's what I called in for, and I think it's good advice. It's pretty much what I expected y'all to say, but yeah, that's kind of what I did. I have 2 plays in what I call the beast formation, and then 1 in beast wide, and
good,
or
yeah.
2 in beast wide, and then beast wedge. That's what, and in practice they were able to line up in the formations just on call. I did that first before we walked through any plays, and
Brilliant.
then previous coach, there was a play called World War III. I just called it the War.
I like that. I like that. Oh man.
Yes,
Hey, I love the formation check, Coach Jones. That is something that we start out with almost every practice. The first week of practice is just formation check. We'll get in huddle, beast right, break, go up and line up in it, come back, huddle, beast left. You know what I mean? So formation check is a big one. I love it.
Man, beautiful. And I'll say this too, man. Like, I love what you said about like how you run, wide and then you'll go into the wedge. Dude, you can run the same play, just change the variation up. Like that's it. You can go wide, go base set. We go spread, shotgun. We run the same play though, just different looks. So you don't have to be sexy, just be efficient. Make sure the kids are executing them fundamentals, and you're gonna have a good day, Coach. So very proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. See, your gift is making room for you, brother.
Love it, man. Nice job, Coach Jones.
I'm gonna check out. I just wanted to talk to you real quick. Thank you.
Good deal, man. Hey, I want another update. Give me another update in about a week or 2, okay?
All right, yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Good deal. Have a good one. Coach Steph, man, what you got for us up here on the Beast Pod? And Coach Brian, I made a promise to myself. I seen your email. I haven't responded yet, but when you emailed me, I said, you know what? I hope he don't mind. I'm gonna call him by his first name.
Yes, sir.
I hope you don't mind that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, awesome. I told you I'm horrible with names, bro. I'm horrible. All right, Coach Steph, what you got, brother?
I have a question. Well, it's kind of 2-part questions. It's about effort. So the first part of it is apparently my kid, he plays O-line all over. He plays D-line all over, and they just moved him to linebacker last game because while I was dealing with all the injuries the kids were having because I'm an EMT and we kept having injuries. Apparently my son went crazy and had like 8 tackles. And at practice, he never puts in any effort blocking or tackling or even trying to get to the ball. And at most games, it looks like he's not even trying. So I'm trying to figure out how could I get him to put in more effort and our other players, because when it comes to blocking, they really don't. And I just started being a part of this team about a month ago, which their president is their actual coach for the 10U division that I'm helping coach. And I really have no say because he kind of just wants me to watch to see if he can trust me to give me my own division next year.
Let me ask you this: at practice, how much of an emphasis do they put on blocking, and how are the kids performing with blocking at practice?
They've lately, like the last 2 weeks, been putting an emphasis on it because we haven't put up any points the last 2 games.
Got you. Okay. So
And the problem is we're undersized, and my son is the most undersized out of all the kids, and they're scared to when they see that the other kids on the other team are bigger than them.
got you. Okay. So this is the rub. Okay, and this is the biggest mistake I see a lot of coaches make, is that they don't put an emphasis on blocking at the beginning of the season or even before the season begin. And then when they realize, oh, we suck at blocking, we need to start putting the focus on blocking. Now you're working from behind. You know, I don't want to say it's almost too late, but you're working from behind and developing these kids and getting them up to speed, right? So, you know, high reps, I always say high reps builds confidence, confidence builds speed, speed will equal wins, because why? The kids are beginning to execute, you know, on the repetition that they're putting in at practice. So, you know, that's one of the things. You know, another question I get a lot is how can I make my guys more aggressive blockers? Same thing, reps. Rep it out.
Coach, can I throw this in there? Our kids don't want to block for the quarterback we have because he quit on them and sat on the bench the last 2 games. But the coach insists on this is our quarterback.
Interesting, Coach Brian. Want to tap that one?
Yeah, this is a culture thing, guy.
Yep.
Coach Steph, thanks for coming in here and sharing a little bit of it. I'm going to refer you back to Coach Beast. It sounds like you need a one-on-one session, maybe talk through it a little bit. But this sounds like a culture thing to me. You've got to have high reps, just like Coach was talking about. That is going to fix the fundamentals on the field. But when you've got some internal stuff going on with your line, not one to block for little Johnny because little Johnny did this, or, you know, whatever it may be, that's a culture thing. That's a coach thing. And you guys got to nip that in the bud as quick as you can. There's ways to do it for sure. You know, focusing on family, maybe some team building exercise, things of that nature. But you got to get the team playing for each other to get out of that mess.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Coach G, my guy, how are you doing, brother?
Man, I'm on lunch. Let me tell you, tomorrow is finally our season opener.
Let's go.
Freaking waiting all the way into freaking October. But hey, hey, it's time, man.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Awesome.
We had 3 weeks of practice, no game time done already. I'm like, come on, let's get into this.
Oh man, then y'all starting in October, man. I know y'all been waiting, man. My head to be spinning right now, man. So cool, man. I tell you what, if you don't mind, stay up here, man, and help us tackle some questions and all of that good stuff. And also, Coach G, do you follow me on IG?
I follow you on IG. I sent you a message on there. It was my boys tackling that we call it the jack.
The jack. Got you. Yeah, see that kind of go into my premise, y'all, where I said I get 100 messages, like I didn't even know. And this is my guy. I want you to message me again after the show. I want to talk to you about something. Coach Brian, same thing. I'm gonna talk to you too about some things that I'm cooking with down the road about the show and all of that stuff. So
let's cook, baby. I love it.
But let's answer some more questions. And Coach Steph, you can stay on if you want, man. I don't mind you rocking with us.
I'm here, Coach.
All right, cool.
I also joined your Beast Bloodline recently too.
Let's go, man. That's awesome, man. That sounds great, man. And I'm telling y'all, look, I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all let me pull it up. If y'all haven't joined the Beast Bloodline Brotherhood, you are about to miss out on literally. I'm building a rocket ship and we're about to go to the moon. Okay, it's some big things that are about to happen with the Beast Bloodline Brotherhood. I'm gonna announce it. I may announce it by this weekend. Okay, like me, Miss Beast, we cooking over here, and I'm telling you, this is going to be big. So if you haven't joined this membership yet, you better get on while you can, because a lot of the people who join early, they're going to be a part of this movement. This thing is morphing into a movement, okay? And again, check it out. I will drop the link in the comments for you guys to check it out, and just follow your intuition. You know, I'm not a big pitcher. I like you to follow your intuition on it, But I'm here to tell you, this thing is fin to go insane, go bananas. All right, guys. So, all right. So let's get to some more questions, guys, shall we? Let's see here. Young Wolf says, which do you prefer, gap blocking or zone blocking? Okay. I'm going to get mine out the way real quick and let you guys eat. For me personally, like I start with gap blocking. I teach, y'all know, if y'all got the playbooks, y'all know I teach a lot about down blocking, drive blocking. But see, as my guys mature and develop and get better at those blocking dynamics, man, we do outside zone, inside zone, wide zone. I love wide zone. One of my favorites, you know. But I start with down blocking, especially, you know, if you got kids that don't have a lot of experience blocking, you know, I just rep drive blocking, down blocking, and then I start introducing double teams and then combos, teach them how to climb to the second level. And that's what we do. And guys, a quick tip for you guys who got small offensive lines. This coming from somebody who had the smallest offensive line in our league for like 5-6 years. Okay. Literally, my line was full of running backs, like small running backs. Okay. Like, if you learn to master leverage, teach these kids leverage, and then teach them how to do double teams and things of that nature. I say this a lot. A lot of these big boys on the line, they're just big. They're just big. Most of them are not monsters. They don't know how to use their strength. They're just a big 12-year-old, you know, or a big 10-year-old. If you teach your kids how to be dogs on the line, man, you're gonna have a field day with your team. It's a cheat code because you got speed. You know, use it to your advantage. Yeah. All right, guys, how do y'all want to tackle this? I'll leave the floor open for you guys. And the question is, which do you prefer, gap blocking or zone blocking?
So this is Coach D here. So I'm, like I said, I'm an old school coach, man, and I'll go more old school than most old school, but I still run the wishbone.
Yeah.
So the first thing I teach is the gap blocking. And we still run our plays. We don't call them like tallywhacker, this, nothing like that. We have our plays, they're numbered off of our backs. And our kids learning, man. I don't know. I don't think people give kids the credit they deserve because these kids are freaking smart. They're can smart. Teach them anything.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I've got, it's like I said, my 8U team. I've got 6-year-olds on my team, and we've got 4 formations figured out. We've got a total of about 34 plays. We're not freaking running them all on Saturday. We're not doing that. I've got 14 plays picked out. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bread and butter that. My second string guys, that's where I run the Beast because it's simple. You zone block with Beast and you freaking go. So,
wow. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good stuff. Coach Brian.
Yeah, I'm with you. Listen, I think that again, I'm a big progression guy, and so I manage our youth league here in Southport, Indiana. The K1-2 division is only allowed to gap block. That is the only thing we do. Down block and drive block. That is it. You're not allowed to do anything else. Our 3rd and 4th grade, we start to introduce pulling. So we'll pull and kick out. We'll pull and wrap. But it's still a gap scheme. My reasoning for that is what you said, Coach Beast, a second ago. We start to introduce combo blocking and getting up to that 2nd level in 3rd and 4th grade and really making sure they understand getting downhill. So then in 5th and 6th grade, now they should have gap scheme down really well. And we should be going into zone blocking from there. And we introduce inside zone, outside zone, wide zone.
Exactly. And to add to what Coach just said, we do down blocking and down blocking, drive blocking, double teams, and combo blocking 90% of the time.
Yep.
I introduce the other stuff as the season go on near the end of the season, just to really prepare them for the next level and what they may see in junior high or, you know, as their career progress in football. But I'd rather my kids get really good at drive blocking, down blocking, double teams, and combos because I know that those are just the foundation, man.
It is
the foundation to teach everything you need to know, hand placement, all of that, man. You know, so that's what I do.
going back just a second too, having a high rep individual period at the very beginning of practice will help you down block, gap block, and drive at a better level too. So always take 15, 20 minutes with your line, get them to the line coach, and high rep, high intensity, high rep, working on those phases.
1,000%, 1,000%. It's funny because when I first started coaching, I was working with the quarterbacks, the skill guys. But about 5 years into me coaching, I switched and became the O-line guy. I'm over my offensive line because I know how freaking important it is.
It's the most important.
It is. And so if I got trench monsters, on the offensive line and defensive line, it really becomes a cheat code. Similar to what Coach B said about his team playing against a beast team, and they shut them out. Man, when you got a defense that know how to shoot them gaps and have trench warfare, you got a cheat code. I don't care what you run. Your guys better know how to block and know how to push somebody off the line. Because if not, you go against a good defense, they're going to eat you alive if you don't know how to block. Just period. Country boy, I got you. Thank you for the super chat, brother. He says, I resent my question in the chat. Thanks, coach, man. Appreciate you, brother. So let's get to some more questions. I know our time is getting limited, and I know Miss Beast is on the way. So we got a lot going on over here, guys. We got a birthday today with one of our daughters, and so she's, Miss Beast is doing motherly duties, and I know she's on her way back. So I'm trying to get in where I fit in.
My wife's with you. My wife's like, "Hey, Brian, we got senior dinner. I gotta go and help the high school team. We're feeding them today." So,
man,
yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a couple more questions. I'm gonna have to hop off here too, bud.
Sounds good. So we'll just take two guys, and let's start with Country Boy. He says, "I'm a rookie defensive coordinator, but I noticed the program is not developing any backup players for offense, running backs, fullbacks, etc. Might be daddy ball." Okay. Yeah. What's a professional way to bring up the matter? Thank you, Coach. Coach B, you want to take that one?
I like the question. When I first read it, I'm like, hey, stay in your lane and focus on the defense. But as I expanded on it, saw some daddy ball stuff, and I love what you said at the end. What's a professional way to bring up this matter? Yeah. And I will tell you, first things first, don't bring it up on the field. Okay. You wait until the boys are gone. Bring the coach in, say, hey, listen, I've noticed that I'm working hard on making sure that I develop, backups and reps for everyone on the defensive side. I'd like to help you do the same on the offense. That's how I would position it. You want to come with a helpful heart and want to try to help the offense.
That's right. Coach G, Coach Steph. Anybody want to tackle that?
It's the same thing with me. It's keep it off the field. Wait till practice or anything's over. The way I used to bring it up to my dad, because my dad was the head coach for the longest time, I would just say, okay, what happens if they go down? Who do we have next? Who's next man up?
That's beautiful. Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
Real simple. That's real simple as I could put it. I'm not gonna say I always went about it the right way, but I think that's, in my words, that's how I've always brought it up. What happens if they go down? Who's the next man up? Because even my kid's the stud on the team right now. And who do I got behind him? That's where I'm thinking.
Yeah. And, even with me, I mean, it's crazy when I don't have a kid in the game or anything like that. I got all girls. I'm a girl dad. So I didn't really have that issue. However, one thing that I have integrated into my program is we have meetings where we can, discuss things that may be bothering us or things that we may see. What I've noticed too with a lot of daddy ball coaches, some have blinders on. Some don't even know what they're doing, and so having those private conversations is so important, and it's so respectful too, man. Respect will take you a long way. The worst thing to do is to call a coach out during the game, where everybody's trying to, people trying to win, emotions are high and all of that. That's the worst thing you can do, really, because once respect begins to erode and then trust begins to erode, now you got a nightmare season on your hand, and you don't want that to happen. So you want to have a professional conversation. I always say have a neutral witness if you can. You know, and that's kind of going to my HR experience, you know, but always have kind of a neutral witness. So if anything does go off the rails, there's somebody who can be a witness to it and avoid a lot of hearsay and things of that nature. So, and listen, if he don't listen, hey, he the head coach. It is what it is, you know. Just do your job to the best of your ability, right? And then next season, you may have some decisions to make. You may want to take over your own program or go coach in another program. But as for now, be respectful. If they don't listen, be the head coach. You know, you just do your job as a DC.
Yeah.
So, and
well said, Coach Beast.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And so I got another interesting question here, and this is going to be the last question on the Q&A. And thank you guys for staying on the panel with me. This is fun. I love it when I got a panel. Y'all make it a little easier for me on this end. Even though I love answering questions and this come natural to me, it's cool to have different perspectives. You know what I mean?
I love it too, Coach Beast. I'm hooked, man. I really enjoy this part.
Awesome.
I pick up things every day from like someone else's opinion, you know, everything. I try to take everything in. I'm always trying to learn. So
yeah, that's how you get great, man.
That's how you be great. That's the formula. That exactly. When you get ego and arrogant and think you already got it all, you know, that's when you screw up, you know. I wouldn't do what I would not be who I am today if I wasn't really a nerd and a sponge with learning everything, whether it's a coaching, content creation, business. Like I'm a big nerd, so you gotta be a forever learner to be the best of the best of the best. That's what it's about.
Right there with you, Coach Beast. Right there with you.
All right, guys. So we got a very interesting question here.
Yeah, I don't like this one at all, but it's a tough one, and it's happened in our program too.
Yeah. DC says, has anyone had another coach on your team threaten you with violence? Anybody want to tackle that one first?
I would hope you have a board. That's where the board needs to come in.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was going to, Coach G. This is an immediate thing, man. Anybody in our program says anything derogatory or even in line or close to the nature of this question, that immediately needs to be bubbled up to the board. And that will be handled with a zero tolerance policy in our program. You're at least getting a game suspension, if not the season. Depends on what type of major threat it is, you know, how high it went.
Exactly. You know, in our league, we don't have a board, but we got a program director. She oversees everything. And of course, you know, with the league, they run through all of the legalities and all of that stuff. The way I handle it directly from, you know, the problem, the fire to me is that we got zero tolerance for threats and things of that nature, especially from other coaches and adults and all of that stuff. We will let you go. Like I have no problem. I have no problem letting somebody go. And when it gets to a point to where anybody feels unsafe, anybody feels threatened, I've had situations where we've had to call the cops to the practice field, you know, because of threats and things of that nature. Just don't play with it. Go ahead, you know, get the cops out there, because at the end of the day, you know, priority number one for me is to make sure everybody who's in my program and associated with my program, the Warriors brand, I want to make sure everybody's safe, the kids and the adults alike. Because if you don't, and you start letting things, you know, especially in today's society, let's just be honest about it. In today's society, you can't take a threat lightly. Somebody say, well, I'm gonna, you know, unalive you, you know, or something like that. You can't, that dude ain't gonna do that, man. No, report it.
I fully believe it. And I will defend myself as far as I gotta go. I don't take any threat lightly at all. It's the same thing. We got all these kids around us all the time, man. Mm-hmm. You got kids, mamas, babies, everyone's around. You can't take none of that stuff lightly.
Yeah. And think about this, y'all. Like, think about all the news stories of coaches getting unalived, you know, because of disputes and things that happen. I don't know if y'all remember this. I think it was in either Dallas or Houston.
It was in Dallas.
Dallas.
It was in Dallas.
Yeah,
and there was a former NFL player that
Yep.
was involved in the scrum. We've had situations here in Indianapolis, and unfortunately, this is coast to coast, north to south. There's no room for it, especially if you're a league director. But even if you're a coach, it is your responsibility to protect the kids. It is your responsibility to protect yourself. Any threats or anything that may be a situation for that may be bad, you need to talk to somebody.
1000%. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't think, well, emotions just got high. It'll come down. Nope. Don't play with it. Okay. Yep. That's really important. All right, guys. So those are the questions. I tell you what, we got some questions on TikTok. Coach B, listen, of course, if you can stay on, I'd love for you to stay on. If you got to go, whatever you need to do, brother.
We'll give you about 3 more minutes, and I gotta bounce.
Okay, cool. Coach G, where you at, man? I know you on your lunch break.
I got 50 minutes, man.
There you go.
Let's go.
Real quick, Coach G, where are you from, bud?
Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay. All right. Awesome, man. Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, I told Coach G when he first got on, I said, yeah, man, I got family in New Mexico, and I'm thinking about buying property. And I said, I'm looking at Albuquerque. Coach G said, hey, man, look. Hey, forget Albuquerque.
I'll be dead honest. It may work out for some people, but that's that north-south rivalry right there. That's how we are.
I got you.
That rivalry.
I got you. And what's funny is my in-laws, they stay in actually Baylin.
Oh, so, yeah, Berlin.
Yeah, man. I love the state, though. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, my wife's aunt lives over there in Berlin.
Oh, cool, bro.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, I swear when we go back, I'm gonna catch up with you. I know it's about 3 hours away from Roswell, if I'm not mistaken.
It's not far. It's not too far.
Yeah, we'll definitely catch up. So we got a TikTok question, guys, from Coach Jared. He says, how would you stop a split back QB power? Then he says balance other than one tight end. So it's a balanced set, guys. Split back, and they're running QB power. How would y'all attack that? I guess I'll take this one first to just kind of start it off. For us, we'll run the 4-4 Reaper defense. You got that one tight end there. We'll just lay in our base set. We'll do either a QB spy. It depends on the type of quarterback. If it's a dual threat type of guy, and we know it's a dual threat guy, we'll put a spy on that quarterback, but we still do what we do, meaning we're still running, our Alabama or our Bama base set where our outside linebackers are securing the edge. And then with our defensive ends, usually they will be I like my guys to play either inside shade on that tight end or in the gap itself.
Yep.
And we're attacking the C gap with our D ends. We like to play a little wide because we're trying to collapse everything back in, force everything back in. So that's what we would do. We'll run that 4-4 Reaper. And if we wasn't doing this panel, I'll pull up the whole graph and we just chop it up. Yeah, but for the sake of time and all of that, that's what I'll do.
I want to get into that at some point where we can get on a board and just chop it up and talk.
We will.
I like this. I like this question. So you got a tight end. It's a balanced formation. Here's what we would do in a 5-3. I would take my outside linebacker, that overhang, put him one by one on that tight end, and hey, your job is to punch that tight end in the mouth every time the ball is snapped. And then on the backside, I'm going to we call it knife, but we're gonna slant all of our D linemen towards the tight end, and I'm gonna bring the backside linebacker in on pressure, or do some type of maybe will backer stunt or something with that backside backer. So we're gonna bring pressure from the backside, forcing that quarterback to stay in his lane. We want him to run that power, and then we're going to flow to it or spill it back to our middle linebackers.
So in other words, y'all are submarining around that backside, right?
Yep.
I love it. What would you do, Coach G?
I'm with you. I run the base 4-4 right there. And the main deal on that, I am one of them people, I ain't fighting fair. I like to have both of my middle backers there if I need them. I'll take that first backer to go clean up that lead block, and then that second backer come clean up on the Q.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else should be swarming by that point.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I do the same thing. My outside backers are out. I'm pressing my DNs in.
Exactly. Let me see. My graph was still messy from the last time we did the show with the with everything. But you know, if you got like some kind of split back look, let me move this a little bit. No, split back look, QB right here. You know, literally this is kind of the setup we have. And so our biggest thing is we're trying to control this edge right here. Yep. This is what we want, even on the other side, because, you know, usually with the split back, you don't know if they're going to go this way or go the other way, or
come back.
Quarterback, you know, he may fake it and then go, you know, all kind of stuff like that. But at the end of the day, don't lose containment to the outside, right? Now, I'm gonna give y'all some nerd stuff, right? I know that most youth football teams want to run to the outside. As a matter of fact, they want to run to the outside 80% of the freaking time. Yep. So no, regardless of what formation they're in, I don't care if they're in split back. I don't care if they're in 2x2. I don't care if they're
spread you out.
Yep, they're still trying to go to the outside 80% of the time, guys. So would it not be to your advantage to make sure you got dogs on the edge to be able to force them back in?
100%. My best two tacklers are our overhangs. They are our edge setters. They're our most powerful kids. They're the best tacklers, and they're fast. So yeah, absolutely. You're trying to set the edge. You want to spill things back inside to your linebackers, your D tackles, and try to set that edge on that tight end. I think the tight end is where you really want to try to kill it.
Yep.
I got my speed demons, my speed demon headhunters at outside backers, and then my dogs, I keep them at DN.
Exactly. So if they're doing QB power and you have your guys take on this blocker, we want him stop right here and then try to bounce it back.
Yep.
And we want our guys to get penetration and eat right here in the interior. Okay. You know, if your guy, and I teach this big time, right? If your guy is playing too tight and get sucked in like this, you're in trouble.
You got trouble.
Now you're leaving it. Exactly. Like now you're leaving it for your cornerback. And depending on your cornerback, we all know what happens. You leaving him to just make the play, you in trouble. Because if this guy is good, he's going to get around this guy. He's going to shake this guy. You don't want to depend on your corner. Now, mind you, we make sure our corners are good, but still, he's not your dog right here. Yeah. This is my best player on defense right here.
Right. Needs to be smart. Fight over the top is what I tell that outside backer to do. Listen, you got to go over the top of the blocks, keep your outside shoulder free, stay square to the line of scrimmage, make sure that thing bounces back inside, man. And our outside linebackers do a pretty good job of it. Hey, Coach Beast, thank you again, man. I got to hop off here, take care of my community. I look forward to you and I connecting and doing some more of this stuff, man. Thank you so much.
Man, you always know, Coach, it's an absolute pleasure. And I'm going to shoot you a message today.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to chop it up about some things, okay?
Can't wait, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you. Coach G, nice to meet you, buddy.
Hey, you too, Coach. We'll talk to you later.
Coach G, man. Look, man, you know I appreciate you too, brother, man. You want to let's see if we can tackle one more question here. I want to tackle a good one, and then I'm going to get you off here and enjoy the rest of your lunch break.
I ain't even I'm too excited for tomorrow, bro. I can't even tell you. I've been itching. This is my baby boy. It's his first year of tackle. So
really,
yeah.
So do you have kind of an idea of the type of team y'all playing? Are they a good team or what?
From what I hear, I think they're trying to do somewhat of a spread, which is detrimental to them. That's just my opinion.
You said they're running a spread?
As far as I know, it's going to be a modified type of spread. I don't know. They think they're going to be able to throw, and I think they're going to get their quarterback hurt. So,
yeah, and you know how it is. And look, guys, I know some of you guys are watching, and you run the spread and all of that. But what I'm about to say, I'm not going to throw shade at you guys who run the spread. But I'm here to say, Most spread teams are trying to do the same thing, which is just spread you out, run in space, spread you out, and then they want to be a little fancy, and they want to throw the ball, these bubble screens, a little quick game. You may see a quick slant, you may see a wheel route here and there, but at the end of the day, let me pull this back up real quick. At the end of the day, I don't care what they're in. I don't care if they're in some kind of, let me see here, just improvise real. Keep him here. Let's just say they're in some kind of trips or something like this. A lot of these teams try to do bubble screens. They try to have blockers out there, some kind of swing pass, blockers out. All it is. At the end of the day, guys, don't lose your integrity because of what you see. What we do is we may not stay in our base Alabama look, right? We may go into our cloud look, right? They may not know that. They may not know that we're about to go in the cloud. They may think we're going to get sucked in, because we got our men in the box and all of that. No, we just flex. We'll just flex it. It's funny, Coach, when I hear guys say, man, y'all were in the 4-4, man, we'll cook you in the spread. Bro, we run multiples on defense. That's what makes the 4-4 Reaper so amazing. It's multiples. And if y'all are a true spread, we can go into our 4-4 sky look where we play every area of the field. We can flex it to the 4-2-5 defense, right? Where we can really play you in space. Like, we're versatile. And that's what it's all about, man. So my best advice for a lot of you guys who are coaching, consider becoming a multiple defense. Y'all know if y'all got my defensive system, I already give you the multiples. I give you the 6-2 for run heavy, 4-4 for balance, 4-2-5 for a lot of these spread and pass oriented teams. But at the end of the day, don't let that offense have their way with you and bully you. You bully them. That's what it's about.
I do the same deal. I my base setup is always 4-4, and if I call, so the 6-2, I'll call out 44 Magnum. Nice. And all that is, my backers start creeping up throughout the quarterback's cadence, and now we're modified up into the 6-2. It just doesn't give them a chance to read it. It doesn't give a chance for the coach to yell in a freaking audible or something. And
so you guys creep up like this, Coach?
Yes, sir.
That's all you got to do, man. Like, football, guys, listen, youth football does not have to be hard. Don't overthink it. Don't get over sensationalized about what you see on TV. You see your favorite team running something. I always use the Oregon Ducks because I like their units, but or you see Bama and you want to run what they're running with Kalen DeBoer and them boys. But understand, man, if you focus on the fundamentals and focus on development, a lot of this stuff can be nipped in the bud if you win the trenches. Man, I'm cooking, man. You win the trenches, guys. You got a 90% chance of winning that game if you don't shoot yourself in your own foot with turnovers and stuff like that. Yep. So focus on winning the trenches regardless of what they run. Like if they run some kind of let me see. I got a lot of stuff here. Oh, cool. Okay. So if they're running some kind of spread, and they got a 5-man line. You telling me you guys
already
right. If I see something like this, y'all, I'm laughing on the sideline. Because I know we're about to demolish this line. A lot of you guys got a small ass, excuse my language, you guys got a small offensive line, and then you're trying to run a 5-man line. What in the world?
Or just an unathletic line, like you don't got footwork down, you don't have anything down. The pass blocking is weak. Like all it takes is one guy to take a jab step in, and now oh gosh.
Man, as soon as the ball,
stuff I teach, I teach my boys a little bit more advanced stuff, but it worked. It's hard. I contradict myself all the time about seeing people run fancy stuff, but I run the wishbone, which looks like dancing to me. It's beautiful. That's why I run it. It looks beautiful to me.
It is beautiful, man. I love the wishbone. But yeah, you're right though. Like these guys, man, on the offensive line, if you got an unathletic offensive line, what's going to happen? And I know you see it all the time over there, Coach. As soon as the ball snap, these big boys stand straight up
on their heels.
They trying to make sure their ass don't fall over on the ground when they stand up. All you got to do is jab step them in, we do a lot of like, hand techniques and stuff,
Hand fighting.
hammer.
Hand fighting.
Yep.
Mhm.
And what I tell my guys not to do is I said, do not dance with this guy in front of you.
Nope.
We're after the baby. Y'all let me know in the comments when I say the baby, what do I mean? When I say we're after the baby, what's the baby? Let me know in the comments. What's the baby? TikTok, y'all let me know. What is the baby? Let me know. Let me know. And by the way, I see y'all. Y'all already on it. Y'all already on it. And guys, look, if y'all just coming in, man, I'm glad that y'all are rocking with us. We did a quick live Q&A, or doing a live quick Q&A. If you haven't already, hit that like button for us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Guys, we got some big things cooking on this show. Some big things cooking. And I can't wait to announce them. We got some things we're working on again, Coach G. I'm going to, message you after the show, man, and kind of let you know a few things.
Yeah. Roger that. Roger that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see here. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. It's a lot of questions, but I just want to make sure we don't miss something really juicy. And yeah, the baby is the ball, guys. The baby is the ball. Okay. I call the quarterback the head of the snake. The QB is the head of the snake. And you can call this running back anything. You can call him the rabbit. We call him the neck. You can call him whatever. But we like to eat both of them. We like to eat both of them. And this is a piece of advice that I want to give you guys. And Coach, I'm going to leave you to give your final words too. We're going to get ready to get off of here. Is on defense, if you shut down that quarterback and their best runner, which is usually their running back, they are a very crippled team. I don't care what they are running and what they're trying to run. Y'all hear me? I don't care what they're trying to do. If you take this guy out, this guy and this guy out, usually it's these two. Now, if it's like a split back, let me put these guys back. If it's like a split back, okay, either both of these guys are really good, or one of them is a blocker and he's blocking for, these two. Regardless, get this quarterback. You shake this quarterback, you have him mentally out of the game, they're in trouble. That's when they start to make mistakes, right? Then when you take this running back out, guess what? He's shook. He's tired of getting hit. He's ineffective. Now what they're going to do? What they're going to do when you shut them down? They're rattled. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what they do. Y'all let me know what they do in the comments when they're rattled. Let me know. TikTok over here cooking. Shout out to TikTok for the 4,300 likes over here.
Man, that's where I saw you were on. I got on TikTok, was scrolling through, and I saw you were on. I was like, what the hell?
Hey, bro. Hey, check it out. So I've been, okay, be honest, I've been sick all morning, right? Me, Miss Beast, we went for our morning walk, and I said, look, I got to go back home, man. I'm not feeling good. I'm just not feeling it right now. I need to lay down. And so I was in the bed, and I'm like, man, I go crazy when I'm not working, when I'm not producing, right?
Yep.
And so Miss B said, and mind you, I didn't say nothing to her. She said, you should do a show. You should do a show today. And I was like, man, that's confirmation right there. That's absolute confirmation. So I decided to do a pop-up live Q&A, and I actually feel a lot better, and also doing this during the daytime is pretty cool, man. I didn't know it was, so many people on at this time.
Usually I got podcasts and everything going throughout work, but my mind doesn't get off of coaching, man. I'll stop. Yeah. I'm a mechanic. I work on semis. I will stop working, open up my damn Playmaker app, and just put in something I just thought of.
Yeah.
And there I am, like, damn, I still need to finish this job. But football takes over everything for me, man. It's horrible.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, when you get bitten by that coach's bug, it's hard. Even if you a bit, literally, y'all can't see it, but my desk is a whiteboard. My freaking desk is an adjustable whiteboard. So if I want to draw up some, make a video, or just draw up some because I'm bored, like when I'm bored, I rarely get bored, but when I am bored, I'm going to draw plays up, draw schemes up, and just do stuff. Because, again, a part of my job too is to create playbooks for you guys and all of that good stuff. So I'm drawing up what I'm going to do next, what I'm going to drop for the 2026 Beast Unleashed playbook bundle, all of that stuff. So yeah, man, I eat and breathe football. It's been a part of my life since I can remember as a baby.
Yeah. Yep. I was out the football field in the womb still. It's crazy, man. It's just in our blood.
Right, man. I came out of the womb with a fullback dive. I came out running fullback dive. I'm telling you, man.
Blast up the middle.
Straight blast, man. I learned how to run the fullback blast, man. I tell you. All right, guys.
Like you said, that guy back there gets rattled. We all know what's happening.
Exactly, man. And so, guys, keep it simple. Just understand, like, football is not hard. Y'all got to focus on the fundamentals, focus on the execution. The way you make your kids really good, play more aggressive. It's all about you. The tone you set, high reps, right? Teach, critique, have the kids repeat. Make sure your practices you practice at a level of intensity, man. You got to make dogs. I think we don't talk about that enough. And shout out to you, Cowboy Casper. You the man. But you got to be willing to create dogs, man. In a world where, it's like, hey, little Johnny, like, it's okay, man. No, man. Like, and guess what? I know people, and this drives me nuts, Coach. I know it's a lot of people who say these kids nowadays are soft. And true enough, a lot of them are raised different from us, right? Like a lot of them are not used to adversity. But guess what? A lot of these kids, they want to be coached hard. A lot of these kids, they want leadership and guidance. They're sick of being under their mama and stuff. I never forget, man, my last group of kids I coached, man. And now, mind you, I'm a hard-nosed coach, right? I got that military thing about me, right?
Yep.
I had my kids came to me one day at practice, 4 of them, like, Coach, man, coach us harder, man. Coaches, I'm like, what the hell? Like, in my mom, like, what the hell did I make these kids into, right? But I love that mentality. You got to have dogs, because guess what? If you practice soft, you're going to play against a team that don't practice soft, and they're going to absolutely demolish your team and embarrass your team. And then
pop you in the mouth.
Yeah, you run into a Coach G team or a Coach Beast team, we're putting up 60 on you and not going to feel bad about it. Look, I'm here to let you know, I'm not coaching anymore. So before everybody makes me like, what, where you at? You ain't going to do that to us. Look, I'm an offensive minded guy, but I'm a dog. I will put up 60, 70 points on you until they forfeit that game. And I will shake your hand and buy your team pieces afterwards. When we on that field, we about domination. So just understand and realize that you better coach your kids up, because I'm gonna blow your team out. And then after I blow your team out, I'm gonna literally pay for your entire team to go and eat the pieces so they can deal with their depression, their post-traumatic stress that they just dealt with after that butt whipping. Okay.
I'll tell you one thing I do even further. We always have a corner on our side. Whenever we got the ball, there's a corner on our side somewhere.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where I teach their corner how to try to stop our play.
Right.
You do
that too. You do that too.
Like, look, dude, you're almost there. You're half a step out. Come on.
Oh my God. Hey, I thought I was the only one that did that kind of stuff, man.
No, because it's the whole program, man. All these kids, we have 2 high schools in Roswell. We have Goddard High School, Roswell High School. These kids are going to end up at one of them.
Yeah.
And I want both programs to succeed. I really do.
Man, yeah.
And Roswell High, we've got some state championships under our belts recently. I think we got 2 or 3 in a row. I'm not too sure. This year's looking a little rough, and it's a batch of kids that I coached, and I'll probably catch flack if anyone sees this, but by far the most emotional batch of kids I have ever coached.
Yeah.
And then, so we got about another year or 2 before Roswell High is going to start shining again. That freshman group and sophomore group right now, they're monsters. That's my Wolfpack boys.
Yeah.
That's where it's showing.
Wow. Yeah, man. Like where I'm at, well, I coached in Tuscaloosa, so Tuscaloosa, it's competitive in Tuscaloosa, the Birmingham area. Like where I'm at now, I'm around Hoover Bucks, Thompson. I think Thompson Warriors, a lot of blue blood teams, in the state of Alabama. That's where I'm around. And, most of these kids are introduced to football early, man, here. But what I've kind of began to see probably the last 8 to 10 years is that you just have more kids who are not used to adversity, a lot of kids who are kind of sheltered and coddled. And you as a coach, you are the guy that's blessed with the responsibility to introducing that kid to adversity and to be hard. So if the kid is soft, make sure you got a system and culture in place that introduce them to the hard. I always say embrace the suck.
Yep.
Introduce your kids to embracing the suck, man. Like that's what it's about. I introduce my kids week 1 to understand what the standard is, and they have to embrace the suck because we get a lot of kids from other programs, and so they come to my program with the mindset of where they left, and a lot of those kids, they come to us because they didn't get no playing time or something like that from other programs, and we're kind of the program that say, hey, every kid gets to play in our program. So we get a lot of kids that way, but what they are introduced to, especially if they come in August, like my summer kids, my kids come in the summer, they already know how the suck is, and they hard by August. But with the new kids coming August, it's almost like, boot camp a little bit. They like, what the hell did I get myself into? But by the time we play our first game in September, usually like the first week of September, we play at such a level of speed and confidence and swagger, man, that the teams we play are like, man, I don't even want to play no more. I don't even want to play these boys. And we don't even do it in like a bush league, bully way. Like some teams will try to hurt kids and stuff.
Yeah.
That's not us. Like we will hit stick you and help you up and say, good job. Like my kid, speaking of us talking to kids on the sideline, my kids get up and say, hey man, that was a good run. That was a good try.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah, it's the same thing. We start kids here in flag football about 3 years old.
Wow.
3-year-olds out here doing things. And we're pushing a lot of programs right now. We're really pushing hard, me and my partner. So of course football's in the fall. We all know that. Springtime is usually baseball. Well, there are kids that are dedicated to football, and we're going to try to target them. And so we've been in contact with Albuquerque, Carlsbad, Artesia, all these other places in New Mexico. We're going to do a spring league, and it'll be a game every other week or something like that. So because people's pockets,
yeah,
I don't got deep pockets either personally. So
yeah,
but what we want to do is expose these kids to the talent from other areas before they get to the high school time or before they get to college. We've sent kids to college that break down because of how competitive it is.
Wow.
And that to me is okay. We're failing. We got to expose these kids. They got to see how hard they got to work because of what else is out there.
Man, I love what you're doing, Coach, and that's why I'm looking forward to talking to you off the pod because I'm here to tell you, man, like my job and one of the things I love that I'm doing now is to really help coaches be that high value youth football program, not just in their league, but in their city, in their state, to where it prepares these kids for the next level, right?
Yes.
It prepares these kids for life. It prepares these kids if they want to play college ball. It prepares them to know what the standard is. And so I'm going to share a little bit of this before and I'm going to try not to spill the beans on things we got cooking. But one thing I'm really working on, and this is why I've been a big advocate in pushing you guys to join the Brotherhood, is because I'm coming up with a system and a model to help coaches all around the country to build high value youth football programs that set the standard, set the bar in your respective city, state, or region, right? And one of the big things that we're going to focus on is educating coaches and their leadership staff. Like for example, Coach G, let's just say if you're a part of what we're cooking, and I want to tell you about it off the pod, okay?
Yeah.
But if you join what we are about, we're going to have meetings and meetups to educate you on how to develop your D1 players. I mean, your players into D1 athletes. Prepare your kids to be successful, to build these, what I call high school prep programs, right? So your kids are not only prepared for the next level, the next, 6-7 years of them being an athlete, but they're also morphed and developed into phenomenal people, right? Phenomenal people. So when people say, man, what program you come from, they're like, man, Purple Rain. Like, oh man, Purple Rain, man, they affiliate of it. I can't tell the name of what I'm doing yet. I tell you, but that's what we're trying to do, and that's the standard, that we're trying to set. You know what I'm saying, Coach?
I got you.
Wow. So we got one coach that popped on, Coach Rob. Man, how are you doing, brother?
Doing good, Coach. How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. So we was about to close it out, but I wanted to get you in here, man. Do you have a question or comment?
Yeah. So I actually been working hard. I got some good news last night. It sounds like next season I'm going to have that
Cool.
8th grade program handed over to me.
Congrats,
And
man.
thank you. I got a question though. Almost every coach I've ever worked with, I love them. We vibe great. It's a good fit. I've got one guy that truly, if it was up to me, I would try to figure out something else. Um, my issue is just kind of the way he communicates to the kids. A lot of us yell to the kids, but this guy's yelling at them kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just wondering if you had any words of advice on how to, because I don't want to get rid of anybody. I want to be able to talk to this guy. So I want to figure out how we can gel and figure out where each other's coming from.
Yeah, man. It kind of goes into what we was talking about a little earlier on the show, where if it's an issue where this coach is, doing something that affects the culture and something you don't like, the best thing to do is you want to have a professional conversation with him off the field, right? I don't know if you guys do what I call realignment meetings. We do realignment meetings. You don't have to do this. You can have
God.
What you say, Coach G?
Coming to God.
Yes, I'm coming to God meetings. We have these meetings where, I try to open it up where coaches can, like, anything they got an issue with, we can chop it up, whether it's with each other, with the parents, with anything, right? So if you don't have that, it's cool. But what you want to do is just meet with this guy and say, hey, look, man, we love you. We respect you as a coach, but we've been getting some complaints about, you yelling at the kid. And you don't have to tell him about who complaining. You just frame it like that. We've been getting complaints about your approach to discipline the kids, yelling directly at the kids. And we've seen it. And, we just ask that you don't yell directly at the kids because we don't want to hurt the program or hurt the kids. That's how you lay it out. Okay. And then kind of based on the way he responds, he may say, and usually somebody's going to get a little pushback because they're not thinking about it. Their butt hurt a little bit about it, But
yeah, and to be honest, it might just be my perspective, but I don't think he really loves my shtick a whole lot. I'm kind of I'm a player's coach. I'm the disciplinarian. It is only my second year. However, all the other coaches are dads. I'm just there because I love football. I'm a dad too, but my kids are younger.
Yeah.
And so I don't want it to turn into one of those things where, like, we maybe already don't gel and he maybe kind of already rolls his eyes at me the way it is. And now if I get to be the boss next year, is he going to fall in line? And do I trust that? Do we have a conversation? Obviously, we'll try to have a conversation going into the year. And kind of just wondering what are the questions to ask to figure out another coach's experience perspective? Like, what's a respectful, polite way to figure out where they're coming from?
Just listen. Like the way
people
you come
spill the beans. People spill the beans on themselves all the time. You let them talk. They will dig themselves into a hole. And I'm the same way partially as that guy. I yell at the whole team, and then whenever one player messes up, I do yell. I am in their face. It is what it is. But I am that intensity coach, and everyone knows it. I've been that way for 16 years coaching out here. But what I do, I lay it out at the get-go of the season. Like I said, I had my dad for years. My dad was the head coach for years, and he laid it out straight up. This is the plan. This is what we're going to do. Coach G, you got the defense. What's your plan? And I had to give him my plan right there. Said, sounds good. You roll with it. I would just ask him what his philosophy is. Give him a job and then see what his philosophy on that job is.
Okay,
I like that idea.
What he
because
just
I think
said was
everybody wants
gold.
the job.
What he just said was gold. Now I'm about to give you a nugget, man, that's gonna shave off a whole year of a learning curve for you. Okay,
Do it to me. Let's go.
so I'm gonna tell you this right now, that you want coaches on your coaching staff that you are in alignment with. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that everybody's going to agree with you and who you are and in the tone you set, but you want to make sure the coaches on your staff are in alignment with you and they respect your leadership philosophy and your coaching philosophy. I'm going to tell you right now, this guy won't be a good fit on your staff. He's not going to be a good fit. Why? Because you already got the friction. I call it level 5. You're already at level 5 on this guy. Like, man, this guy getting on my nerve. And here's the thing. And we're finna talk about culture real quick. Just like Coach G said, he's a yeller, right? He's a yeller, but that's the culture of his team. It's nothing wrong with that as long as he's not harassing his kids, right? Me, I'm kind of a John Gruden type, okay? I'm a strategist. I'm a developer. So I'm kind of a hybrid. I will yell. I'm more of a yeller and kind of a real dominant guy on the front end of the season. And then I kind of let off as the season go on because my team has caught on to my personality and our swagger, right? And I'm also kind of like a Nick Saban where if we're winning, I'm on my kids harder when we're winning than when we're losing. When we're losing,
now we're pushing for perfection.
Exactly. Exactly. So if you coach, your style is more laid back, more players coach, right? A lot more, I like to say, surgical in your approach. And this guy's not a good fit on the culture you're building, right? That's the key word. You're building. You don't want them on your staff because you're going to have friction every single step of the way, and you're going to fall out anyway. You're going to fall out with them anyway.
Right. And I guess that's just, I mean, you're right. And that's kind of the feeling I'm at with it. I guess it's not one of those things where we've ever had like an outward confrontation. It's just one of those things, man, where like, so this is my second year. I've coached with the 7th and the 8th grade. And like half our staff kind of just focused on 7th and half of them kind of just focused on 8th. So he's in the 7th grade guys. And I can just tell every time I walk over, I hurt his stomach. You know what I mean? Like I'm the loud coach, you know, I'm disciplinarian. The guys love me. I let them know I love them. And like, they run through a brick wall for me, you know, and I feel like you get haters being you, and that's okay. I can live with that. And I don't need him to be in love with me, but like you said, at the same time, like we all got to be rowing the same direction so the kids know what the deal is. And I don't know. It just feels like a tough spot because I don't want to be the kind of guy cutting the fat off the coaching staff. At the same time, if they are going to truly hand me the program, that is like the first move I'm already thinking about is what do I do with this cat?
Yeah, I tell you right now, brother, get ready to get that knife, get that steak knife, and get ready to cut all that fat off off that bone because it's a part of it, man. I'm here to tell you, man, it's a part of it, and. You probably, I don't know how long you've been watching me coach, but you know, sometimes you got to be the asshole when you're the leader.
I love when you said that a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
man. Like sometimes you got to do it because look, when you are the nice guy or you trying to be take the high road, I got a saying, and I have to be careful how I say it because I don't want to get demonetized. But the one that cares the most gets screwed the most. I put it like that. Okay.
Absolutely.
If you care more than this guy care, he's going to screw you. And you're going to be like, I should have been let his ass go a long time ago. Right? So you have to make, and this what I would suggest to coach is, you know, if you know that you're going to get this job next season, right? Whoever gives you the job, and I don't know y'all's system over there, but whoever's going to give you the job, put in there that, hey, I would love to be able to bring my own staff, pick and choose the guys that's going to be a part of my coaching staff. That's going to give you power to pick and choose. And and guess what? If that guy's not a part of that and he got a problem with it, so be it. So be it, because you're protecting your culture and what you're trying to build. And year one is the most like vulnerable and turbulent time when you're trying to build your own culture, because you're going to be filtering a lot of people out, coaches and parents alike. You know what I'm saying? And this is coming from somebody who has built 4 programs from the ground up. Year one and year two are kind of the most turbulent years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like I said, like I benefited so much. My pops has been coaching youth sports for 40 years, damn near.
Wow.
And so I couldn't have asked for a better teacher. I kind of got the cheat sheet. But
That's
like
awesome.
I said, though, I'm always trying to learn too. And I started this season out with 5 assistant coaches. I'm down to 2.
Yeah. Yep.
From
And
you making cuts or from them leaving, or how did that work?
No, it's simply on inconsistency. They show up for practice one day, they're not there for another day. I'm sorry, you signed up for this, so you're gonna show up. This we ain't getting paid for it, but it's work, man. I need you to be here. The kids are expecting you to be here. You got to be here. And if they're not, they're not. So don't be here. You can go sit in the stands with the rest of the families.
And I say this too, Coach Rod, to piggyback on what Coach G just said, man, attrition is a part of that of the process, man. I've had years, man, where I had a coaching staff of 7, 8 guys, you know, and it was a headache. And, you know, I had to dismiss guys, right? I've had years where it was only me coaching and I had a blast. I loved it. I wish I could make a clone of me, right?
I will say the less, the better.
Man, I'm telling you, man, my sweet spot with coaches, it's really about 2 or 3 tops. And mind you, when I say coaches, I got what I call analysts in my program, and then we have what I call drill coaches. These are just dads that's out there helping. They have no say so on what we do schematically or anything like that. They just help. But I have 2 guys that help analyze. One help analyze the offense, one help analyze the defense, and then of course I'm over the play calling, okay, and the coordination. And look, I don't recommend anybody to do that. I do it because it works great for me. I don't have to worry about drama and stress with my coaching staff. Everybody stays in their lane, and we work like a fine-tuned machine. We're like a sports car, right? We're just efficient. But when you got all these freaking parts and stuff, and these guys, everybody got ego and these personalities, and then I always say, it's always a Judas in that bunch. It's always a Judas somewhere. It's either a coach, it's either a parent, and sometimes it's a kid, or it's like a board member or something like that. Just know who the Judas is. It doesn't mean that you always got to respond to the Judas, but know who the freaking Judas is and who got the potential to betray you and sabotage your program. So just be mindful of that too, Coach.
Yeah, good looking out. And I forgot about your Judas thing, but that's always your one example, and that's exactly like what I'm thinking of with this guy. You know, I believe we all have the good intentions. We all want the same thing, but like we honestly, this is my second full year here. We haven't really had much of like coaches meetings, talks, get-togethers between games or anything. You know, it's really just our one coaches meeting before the season, and then that's kind of just it. And I think next year when I take over, that'll be something I'm going to try to implement. Is definitely like, even if it's bi-weekly, but just something to kind of catch up. How are you position guys doing? What are you seeing? How do you guys like the system? Is there anything, notes for me that you know? It doesn't mean I'll accept your idea, but I'll at least listen to them. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
yeah. So, and I just want to say, Coach Beast, I've been listening to you for 3, maybe going on 4 years now. I
Wow,
was
appreciate
coaching
you, brother.
a lot of youth soccer previously, and then when I found you, I was YouTubing how to become a football coach, and I listened to you for about a year. And then while I was looking for a job one day, a couple years back here, I came across a coaching application from my local high school. Went in and interviewed. Totally underprepared, totally not ready for a varsity coaching position at all. However, I think the guy liked my enthusiasm and my passion. And after he announced who he did pick for his coaching staff, I hit him up and I was like, hey, I'm serious. Like, I will still volunteer, whether it's JV or whatever. And he threw me with the 7th and 8th grade prep teams. And it's been awesome and a blessing. And a lot of it's to you. So thank you.
Wow, man, my pleasure. This man, look, when I hear that kind of stuff, this is why I do what I do, man. I absolutely love it, man. And look, thank you for rocking with me so long. I'm here to tell you, man, like we're about to really take off. So Thank you for rocking with me. And I hope to have you again on the show too, brother, because your energy is great. I love your energy.
I appreciate it. And you still owe me a playbook from the other night. I'm Coach Hemi Hendricks on the YouTube comment section, so don't forget about me, all right?
Hey, I got you. I got about I got all 6 of y'all asses emailing me this morning. So like I can't
Okay.
I straight up
I know you need
gotta
like
send.
24, 48 hours sometimes, so it's all good. I just want to make sure.
No, you're straight. You're straight, man. You did right. You did right. I told you to let me know. So, man, appreciate you, Coach, man. Coach G, man, appreciate you.
Hey,
Before
yes,
I
sir,
let
man.
both of you guys go, man, give a quick shout out to your program and anything else. Like, if you want somebody to find y'all on social media, where can they find y'all?
Shoot, I'm on TikTok. I think it's called The Dogs, DAWGS. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm all over the place, bro. I'm trying to get my little coaching setup going too. Try to highlight my boys. Like I said, we're pushing the spring league now too. That's going to be ZYTFL in New Mexico. So if anyone's listening from New Mexico, we're going to get this spring thing going. It's going to be a full league within itself, and it's not necessarily a rec league. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real football. So
Oh man, this is exciting, man. I can't wait to chop it up with GG on those things. Coach Rod, what about you, brother?
With my current situation, I don't know if I want to mention the school by name, but
That's perfectly
I'm in
fine.
South Central Wisconsin. We got an awesome high school program, and again, the guys I coach, it's a prep team program, so we're all right in line with the high school there. So we have awesome leadership all the way up and down. Again, I was going to continue to try to teach these puppies how to be dogs, and as far as social media goes, man, I'm not on that really too much at all.
You
But
are fine.
I definitely want
Smart
to try
man.
to figure out maybe how to get these guys, because it's good for them to be able to see themselves out there. And so like 2 weeks ago, we had a game winner with the game tied with 12 seconds left on the 15-yard line. We threw a bootleg rollout pass and we hit that thing like a dime.
Wow.
And it would be really cool to be able to brag about them. Maybe I could try to send that over to you in email. You could try to show it on the show. Or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
But, yeah, it was incredible. My 8th grade is awesome. They're explosive. They're dogs. I'm so proud of these guys. And my 7th grade, they'll get there eventually. I'm not giving up on them. But yeah, definitely social media wise, I got to get up on that and try to use that to my advantage more.
Hey, and to that point, I'm glad you mentioned that, Coach. To that point, guys, if y'all got game film, y'all want me to highlight, y'all know that that's something that I do on my Instagram. Find me on Instagram, Coach Beast. DM me your game film. I do a lot of reaction videos. That's something I'm starting to do right now. I'm doing a hell of a lot of drills and things of that nature. But I do want to do game film and do reaction videos to your game film. So definitely feel free to find me on Instagram, drop your game film, and I'll do reaction video. And I also want to show love to Coach Brian that was on. And I'm gonna butcher his last name again, but I'm gonna try it. Coach Flayland.
Oh
Coach,
man, you did do it.
yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
No, he has been awesome the last 2 shows. I hope he comes back again too. He's been great.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to him after the show as well, and we got some special things coming on the show because I think him and Coach G are great assets to the show. They definitely assets to me because they make my job a lot easier. But shout out to him, and if anybody want to learn more about his team is the Southport Developmental Football Program, and you can just go to his website at southportyouthfootball.com. Again, that's southportyouthfootball.com if y'all want to learn more about him. With that being said, guys, man, appreciate y'all for rocking with me so much, coaches. Appreciate everybody who came on this abrupt live stream, man. Thank y'all. If y'all haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Do it right now. Do it right now. Do it for me. Same thing with y'all TikTok, man. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Until next time, I will see y'all this upcoming Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, that's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all, coaches.
All right, Coach. You have a good one.
All right, y'all too. Peace.
Later.